Welcome back to Game Week 7. It's another Emirates Stadium tour as we preview Arsenal's easiest game of the season against Southampton. That's right, football's back in N5 as Arsenal take on the relegation favourites Southampton in Game Week 7 of the Premier League. It goes without saying that Arsenal are unbeaten coming into this one. We're one of only two teams in the league to do so. It's Arsenal and Man City. My winter beard is coming along nicely, and so is Arsenal's season. We find ourselves third in the league, just behind a Liverpool team that have won 5 and lost once to Nottingham Forest, in fact. Arsenal sit third alongside Man City, and I think this is going to be our top 3 for a little while. The potential doom and gloom of having dropped points to Brighton and then dropped points to Man City, both via red cards, seems to be a thing of the past. A 5-1 win in the League Cup against Bolton, coupled with an easy-ish win by the end against Leicester, have allowed everyone to realise Arsenal are heading into October unbeaten. You may have seen my YouTube and certainly TikTok series about Unbeaten FC to see whether any Premier League sides can go the whole season unbeaten. We are down to our final 2, City and Arsenal, and I suspect this weekend both teams will pick up an easy 3 points. At the Etihad, you have Man City against Fulham, and in the Emirates Stadium, well, it's Aaron Ramsdale's Southampton, and I think they're going to take a battering. In the sticks for Arsenal will be David Raya for his 50th appearance for the club. And this guy, week on week, keeps proving himself. I don't know how many times I can say it on this channel. The guy is turning into a worldie week on week. An amazing victory against Paris Saint-Germain where yet again Raya kept a clean sheet. Just show how good the credentials of the Spaniard are. I may be putting my neck out here by saying it, but I would be very surprised if a Southampton attack could really get beyond this Arsenal defence. Gabriel is having the season of his life. Saliba is just having his normal season of very high standards. And as both wing-backs, whether it's Calafiori, Timber or Ben White, we seem to have a good level of understanding between the 5 at the back to not concede. Injuries, though, may be a thing this week. We do have Timber, Tomiyasu and Ben White all potentially being out injured. But I think we have the amount of players we need to kind of make it work for us. Riccardo Calafiori just looks like he belongs at the Arsenal. It's been weeks since his introduction and each game he gets stronger and stronger. On the right-hand side of defence, I do think Timber will come back from injury, but if not, we do have the players to cover there. Lewis Miles Skelly is a revelation. Much like Ethan Nwaneri, he was a hyped player at the start of the season, and in the last 2 games, seeing him play in the League Cup so well and then come off the bench against Paris Saint-Germain, we have a future baller here at the Arsenal. I would fully expect another clean sheet, unless there's some abnormal goal, a deflection, a penalty or a set piece or the like. I just can't see Southampton breaching this defence. We say league titles are built on defenders, and Arsenal kind of seem to be proving it. The world of the dark arts is a thing of the past. We've now started putting the ball in the back of the net and playing more possession-based football, which was always going to happen against lesser teams. I think our fixtures to start the season really got in the way of our stats, but you will start seeing clean sheets keeping us from losing, and the goals up top really opening up the gap in our goal difference. So I think Southampton are going to be in trouble. I don't think any amount of injuries are really going to lessen this Arsenal defence and their ability to keep that clean sheet. So what of our attack? Well, Kai Havertz is looking to score for the 7th game in a row at home, which would make him a record breaker at the Emirates Stadium. He seems to find a knack just putting the ball in the back of the net, whether it is via his head against Donnarumma, my favourite goalkeeper, or whether it's in open play like he did against Bolton. He just has a knack of getting that goal, which is something that people didn't think he'd do for a while, but I think we finally unlocked Havertz's role within this team. He can lie deep when he needs to. He can get back at the back of the corner. He can sit there and be across that 6-yard box when he needs to. And I'll be very surprised if he starts, if he isn't to score against this Southampton defence, which looks a bit shaky at best. Bukayo Saka had a tactical masterclass of a free kick against Paris Saint-Germain. You can clearly see the replay where Gabriel tells everybody it's going to be going low, and his delivery is exceptional. I don't think he was intending to full-on score directly from the free kick, but he was certainly looking to put the ball into that danger area and have players attack it. I think Bukayo Saka has shown, with Martin Ødegaard being out, that his captaincy and level of kind of ownership on how we do our attacks is firmly within his grasp. He really has been a player who looks confident. And I think you'll see him doing like normal, teeing up Havertz, teeing up Gabriel, teeing up any late runners like Rice, to just put the ball in the back of the net. And for a player who has 1 goal and 5 assists in 6 Premier League games, I felt he was robbed of an assist last weekend. I fully expect everyone to get him in their fantasy football team and bag up the points. The guy is an absolute stat machine. On the other side of that front 3 pivot is Gabriel Martinelli. And we've seen, game by game, him get his confidence back. I was saying to someone in the stands, in where I sit at the stadium, that if he can just get a goal by hook or by crook, it will really unlock his confidence. And what we saw in the last Premier League game as he scuffed his shot in the 4-2 win against Leicester, he's back. He had a goal, he had an assist. And I think you'll see his stats again creep up very quickly to 10 goals, 10 assists in the Premier League, and who knows where we go beyond that. But I think Martinelli's pace is something we can't substitute. Trossard, having fallen back into midfield since Ødegaard's gone, gives him more of a Martinelli more of a run in the team and an ability to just know that he's in that starting 11, he can start sharply, and a lot of our left-hand side is starting to transform with Calafiori behind him, Declan Rice on the left-hand pivot of the central midfield, and Martinelli. We're seeing a really attacking left in a way in previous seasons we've seen through Ben White, Ødegaard and Saka on the right. Imagine a world in which you're accused of the dark arts, you're accused of negative footballer, and a footballer like Raheem Sterling can only make your bench. It makes me proud to be an Arsenal fan this season, and I look forward to Sterling's cameo again, as well as I look forward to Ethan Nwaneri's cameo off the bench. Yes, Ethan Nwaneri, the Arsenal dreams of the future. At 17 years old, I don't think I've seen a player, that's a lie actually, I have seen players because I've seen the likes of Fabregas, but it's been a long time since I saw a 17-year-old have so much composure on the ball, so much want to get the ball at his feet, and just to play without any risk or any worry of doing badly. The way he came on against Leicester and immediately wanted to take the game to them was really refreshing. And actually, I wouldn't be anti-dropping Trossard, even though he obviously got the goal and assist in the last game. I'd actually like to see Nwaneri start, if not now, when? Finally in our attack, there is the role of Gabriel Jesus. Has he been stuttering to get form? Is he the perfect substitute? I'm not quite sure. I've certainly seen his football boot come off twice when I didn't want it to do so, but I'd like to see him get a goal in the back of the net. I think Southampton is going to give us an opportunity to rotate players. I expect us to have a really fast start to the game. And actually, if we can get into kind of 3, 4, 5-0 territory, maybe it is time for Gabriel Jesus to get his confidence back in the same way as Martinelli has. The big question eluding most fans is, when is Martin Ødegaard coming back? It's been a bit quiet, we have an international break happening, and maybe we rest him, but I certainly would love to see his creativity back in the middle of the park. I've been super impressed by Thomas Partey and Jorginho and Trossard filling in, and even Declan Rice playing himself into form after that red card incident. So I don't think we're at a loss without Martin Ødegaard being there, but I really would like to see him be that driving force again in that creative attacks. So there we go, another lap of the stadium done, a preview of Arsenal Southampton. If you're new around here, thank you if you've subscribed, and if you haven't already, click the button now and enjoy the content every week as I go outside the stadium to preview Arsenal's games. My big baller prediction is, as most weeks, Arsenal 3, Southampton 0. I just feel we're going to be one game too far for them. And although we'll have the bulk of the possession and the shots on goal, I do value Aaron Ramsdale as a goalkeeper to keep out a couple more goals than he should do. So what would have been a 4 or 5-0 may only be 3. Wherever you are this weekend, please enjoy your football, be good humans and do good things.